Hi my angels, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am bringing you a review of the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. So I picked up the shade 06, which is sand beige, and I am equivalent to a MAC NC40. I'm gonna leave all my foundation shades in my description box, so ranging from drugstore to high-end. You will never not know what shade I'm in. So I did a photo shoot with Milani South Africa late last year, and I was the model for Lynette D'Souza, and I absolutely loved this foundation on the day, so I definitely needed to pick it up. And once I got it, I asked you guys if you wanted a review, and it was a yes. So if you want to see my thoughts on this foundation, please keep watching. So firstly, I always apply a primer. Start with my NYX Cosmetics Angel Veil primer, and I'm just gonna basically focus that on the center of my face. This is where I would generally get more oily and my pores are more exposed. While the primer just sets into my skin, let me tell you a little bit more about this foundation. It is said to be a 2-in-1 foundation, a concealer and a foundation, so you don't have to use concealer along with it, which is really interesting, and it saves a lot of time in the morning. So this is a medium to full coverage foundation. It is lightweight and has an oil-free formula, long-wearing, water-resistant and sweat-proof. That is amazing. So I've used this foundation a few times, and I haven't tested out the sweat proof or waterproof factor, but I definitely do want to. If you tried it, let me know down below if you went swimming with it. So firstly, this foundation has a pump, which is really good, and one pump of foundation is about that much. So this foundation is a much thicker formula than my usual foundations, and it feels more like a mousse than a foundation. So I'm going to use my flat top kabuki brush just to blend this out into my skin. So I just finished blending this out, and as you can see, with one layer it is covering most of my marks on my skin, and it does leave my skin with a very even skin tone, which is exactly what you want from your foundation. And I'm going to go in with the other side. I'm going to use a damp beauty sponge, and we're going to see which side blends better. So this is the brush side, and this is the beauty blender side. In my opinion, they both blend out really well. With one layer of the foundation, I got a very nice coverage, and it's, I would say, more on the medium side than full coverage, but I'm gonna try and build it up and see how it looks, and definitely just cover up any marks. So I have a pimple here, and I just want to cover up my dark circles, so where you generally would use your concealer. Alright, so I blended out the foundation and it looks really nice. I'm just going to contour slightly, and because I've used the foundation as concealer, I will not be concealing. the foundation looks really good and my product on top of it blends out really well. Next, I'm just going to use my Colors Translucent powder and I'm going to set under my eyes and the center of my face. Okay, and now for my final thoughts. When I look for a foundation, there's three things that I'm very concerned about, and that is the coverage. So I prefer medium to full coverage because I like a very even skin tone, and if I'm wearing foundation, please, my skin must just be flawless. I don't want light coverage. Then I want a formula that is going to last very long because I work full days. I leave my house at 6:30 in the morning and come back at 6:30 in the evening. I don't want to touch up my skin at all, so I want the foundation to last the whole day and just don't move. And then the third thing I look for in a foundation is the actual undertone of it. Being Indian, I have more of a yellow undertone, and I want my foundation to also have that yellow undertone so I don't look ashy when I apply it. In my opinion, the Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation ticks those three boxes. So it is a medium to full coverage foundation. When you build up your foundation, it doesn't get cakey and it doesn't look too heavy. This formula is definitely lightweight. Even though it's a thick consistency, it feels like I have nothing on my skin. Once the foundation dries, it is going to be a really nice matte finish, but when you apply it at first, it's going to be quite dewy, which is really not a problem. You just put some powder and setting spray and it's going to be great. The color of this foundation is perfect. As I said, I'm an NC14 MAC and this is a ideal match for me. Products build up on top of it pretty well. I can work with products on top of this foundation without the actual product breaking up, and they sit really well. So this foundation definitely lasts me an entire work day. I haven't tried it in the pool, but if you want to see that, then let it get warmer and let me know and we'll jump in the pool with some foundation on. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. If you have any more questions about this foundation, or if you tried it and you have your own opinion on it, please leave me a comment down below. Let's share with each other our thoughts about this foundation. So that is it for this video. Thank you so much for joining me. Until we meet again.